Welcome back to Sports Dump, Lewis County's only sports podcast. We're sponsored by Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery, Goebel Septic, and Americool Heating and Cooling, and the Farm Store. And we've got the full sports crew back in the studio, in the bank vault. We're at full staff, and another week of winter sports is in the books. We'll start on the boys' side, where there have been plenty of intriguing matchups. In the Central 2B League, Adna picked up a pair of wins, including a 54-51 overtime thriller on Saturday afternoon. As the score indicates, it was back and forth throughout, but the Adna defense limited Napavine to just 4 points in the final frame. Was that the final frame or the overtime frame?
The overtime frame.
Okay.
Technically also the final frame.
Yeah. Well, sure. Whatever you guys say. Trevin Solly finished with a game-high 21 points. He also had 18 rebounds. Well, Grayson Humphrey scored 19 points and had 5 boards. With the win, Adna remains undefeated in league play. So the question is, does this outcome change how any of you think about either team or anything, or maybe life in general? I don't know, whatever.
What an intro.
I thought it kind of just established, obviously I've just been kind of following from a distance these past few weeks, but I think Adna, Napavine, and Toledo are kind of cementing themselves as those the top 3 teams in this league, and I think these 2 teams going to OT in a what Luke Salmi called just a classic Adna Napavine game. I think that just cements that they're 2 of the best 3. You got to throw Toledo in there as well, and that they're going to play again. That game could go either way, obviously, and Zach and I were talking, we wouldn't be surprised if we ultimately see this matchup a third time for a spot at state, a district title, something along those lines. It just kind of reinforces my belief that these are 2 of our best teams in the area, and I'm excited to watch them continue to kick each other's teeth with Toledo and some of the other teams as we get going.
I feel like this will be a district semifinal game. I don't know why, I've just got a hunch.
I also feel I have that hunch it's going to be a semifinal game too.
I have a funny feeling we could see him at state even.
Oh, yeah, in the state finals. Zach, you're going to throw that out there again?
No, I'm not going that far.
All right.
I still need to. I need to pay off that beer bet eventually.
Toledo is the other unbeaten team in the C2BL, and the Riverhawks also picked up a win over Napavine last week before suffering their first loss of the season at the hands of Liberty Bell. Did we learn anything from Toledo's 67-57 loss against Liberty Bell?
I don't know.
Did they go 3-0 in Alaska?
They went 1-2 in Alaska.
Oh, so
those games aren't on WIA, but I believe.
Yeah, they're not.
Those are not listed as losses, I believe, on WIA.
Yeah,
I guess they're not undefeated. But.
They were played in international waters, so who really knows?
Right.
If you check the Russian website, they went on that.
No, this doesn't change. I think Liberty Bell is probably one of the better East Side teams. I mean, that's a team that Adna lost to last year, and I think I probably don't remember what all they brought back, but I know they had really good guard play, and they press pretty much the entire game against Adna at state last year. So that's a good team, and for them to only lose by 10. Against Napavine, they pulled away kind of late in the second half. It was kind of close. I mean, Napavine, it was down like 7-8-9 for most of the first half, and then Toledo kind of pulled away in the third and fourth quarter. So I still think they're probably the best team right now, and I think, but it's like here's Toledo, and then right below is Adna, and then I think not a distant third, but a decent third is Napavine. So
Okay.
This doesn't affect my mind on Toledo.
Grady Fallon texted us the results, and he basically just said straight up, he's like, yeah, last year in Spokane we got walloped. Like, these East Side teams are just they're really good, some of them, and Liberty Bell is one of those. And to be tied at halftime and to only lose by 10, I actually think, even in a losing effort, sometimes there are moral victories. I think they can take some confidence away from this one, especially once we get to March, if they find themselves in Spokane Arena against one of these East Side teams that Fallon admitted took it to them last year. I think they could look back on this as a building point.
All right. Are you doing like a Ryan Rosillo? I was more impressed by the East Side teams they didn't beat kind of thing.
They have good losses. I'm on the CFP committee.
Quality loss, yeah.
Strength of record.
Yeah.
All right. Even with Napavine's 2 losses, the Tigers remain in third place. Onalaska and Rainier both have 4 league losses, but the Loggers have a game up in the win column for 4th. Moving on to the EVCO, Black Hills and Tumwater both beat WF West last week to pick up EVCO wins. Zach, what did you see from Tumwater in its win over WF West?
They pretty much controlled the boards. Luke Overbay, Braden Conrad, laying anchors, blanking on the other kid, Julian Balsley. He ended up leading them in scoring. They just have a lot of length and a lot of size. And when WFS lost their post, Hank Schwartz, to an injury.
Was it Hank or Cody?
Or Cody Schwartz, sorry, yeah, Cody Schwartz. When they lost Cody to an injury in the first half, they did the best they could to patch up the inside, but Tumwater kind of took advantage. And WFS they played really well. They shot the ball pretty well from three in the first half. Had a lot of good ball movement. Just couldn't keep up. I think Tumwater has kind of cemented itself as perhaps maybe the best team in the FCO. We'll find out tonight when they play Black Hills just how much the gap is between those two. But yeah, Tumwater's they're pretty good.
Okay. And then Dylan, what did you see when Black Hills beat WF West?
I'm really excited to see how Black Hills continues to develop because obviously they have James Morgan, the MVP, but they also have the Morrill twins, Quentin and Talon. I hope I said Talon's name right. I believe it's Talon. And, Morgan got into foul trouble early in that game, and WFS was hanging around with some clutch threes. And even though they didn't have their post presence, they were making life difficult for Morgan inside and for Morrill, who was also driving consistently. But I think Morrill ended up finishing with somewhere around the 20 mark. Morgan still got 14, even with the foul trouble and having to play, coming in and out almost every other possession, it seemed, to try to mitigate that. That's a really fun backcourt. And obviously, when you add in Morgan as well, he's kind of the headliner there. That's a really good trio to go into not just the rest of the league play, but also potentially districts as, against some of these teams from down south. We talk about, other regions. We just talked about the East kind of dominating the West last year in state. Typically, the South takes care of business on the boys' side over, not that we're the North, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I just think that's a really fascinating trio that could lead them to some wins and potentially a deep run. And yeah, and then WF West, even with, their 2 losses, I was still overall impressed by them. Let's do it again. Good losses. I'm on board now. Good losses.
Loss.
They were hitting some threes. They were feisty. They were really energetic defensively. I only saw the Black Hills game, but I think I could say the Tumwater game too. I'm sure Chris White was similarly like, we played hard. We missed a couple key shots. Proud of the effort.
Yeah, it's pretty much
just shake hands and move on to the next one. They're still good enough to win plenty of FCO games, in my opinion.
Dang near verbatim what he said.
Yeah,
against Tumwater.
I don't think you can be upset about. I mean, obviously you can be a little upset, but I don't think you need to hang your head over those.
Mm-hmm.
What's Centralia doing? We don't have any Centralia notes on here.
They're still winless in FCO. They lost to Tumwater on Friday. I think they lost to Aberdeen earlier this week
by 1 Tuesday.
And Aberdeen is also unbeaten in the league, I believe, right? They're 2-0.
But they've only played
WF West tonight.
Yeah, Aberdeen's only played Shelton and Centralia so far, so they haven't gotten the Tumwaters and the Black Hills just yet.
Okay. Black Hills and Tumwater played tonight for the first time this season. The winner could remain the final unbeaten team in EVCO play if WF West knocks off Aberdeen. So who you guys got in that one?
I think I'm going to go Tumwater. It's at their place, so I think I'm going to go Tumwater.
Yeah, I think I'm also going Tumwater.
I'm gonna go against the grain here. I'm not gonna for the graphic like College Game Day. I'm gonna pick Black Hills.
Ooh, all right,
bold.
Moving on to the 1As, Rochester and Tenino are both looking for their first league win, and they play on Thursday. But never forget the time that the Canales kid from Rochester scored 47 points. 47.
Hell yeah.
Is there one game?
That was what? Yes. Yeah.
That happened while I was gone. I don't remember.
They lost by 10 to Hawkinson. He scored 47. Everyone else scored 16.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points. It's no Gio Rodas?
Yep.
Gio Rodas, 57.
Mm-hmm. All right, this podcast brought to you by Goebel Septic, providing septic service and portable sanitation for Thurston, Lewis, Mason, Cowlitz, and Grays Harbor counties. Septic pumping, inspection, and riser installation, commercial septic pumping, grease trap services, porta potty rentals, and they will also rent you a sink. I bet you can just rent a sink standalone too. Maybe you just want to wash your hands more often. I don't know. I don't know what you get up to. Visit goebelseptic.com, Goebel septic.com, or call 360-736-2167. On to girls basketball. And we will also start in the Central 2B League, where Toledo thoroughly handled Mossy Rock 55-36 on Friday night. The Riverhawks outscored the Vikings 20-0 over the final 10-plus minutes to pull away. Kaylia Larson, is that correct?
Larson, yeah.
Larson.
Led Toledo with 19 points, and Raya Stanley added 17. 13 points from Taylor Schwartz and Addison Barrows paced Mossy Rock, and Zach was there.
I was. Yeah, it was a story of the game that it was like the last 6 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 minutes of the third is when Toledo outscored Mossy 20-0. Mossy couldn't get a shot to fall. They were turning the ball over, and Toledo, they had a half court press with some traps, and it caused the guard play. It caused the guards of Mossy Rock just to be kind of out of control with the ball. Yeah, I mean that outside of that, in a 19-point win, that's the difference. Toledo played well. Larson, like you said, 19, and she's been a pest. A pest as a defender. She's had multiple steals in a lot of their games. Her and Sydney Kruger have been kind of the anchors for them defensively. Yeah, Toledo's pretty good. And I think Mossy's going to be fine. But when you play, teams only once, and you got to, see where you're at with, in the standing, shaping up for districts. Like, you can't afford to, lose some of these games that, because it can affect your district spots. So they've got, even Rashoff said, like, there's not an easy night, and we got to figure it out quick if we want to get to where we want to go.
All right, moving on. Adna upended Rainier, and Napavine cruised by Morton White Pass. Napavine has a tough 2-game week ahead with games against Adna Wednesday and Tootle Lake on Friday. So power rank these 3 teams: Adna, Napavine, Tootle Lake. Rubes, you're up first.
I tend to lean toward Tootle being somewhere that's not at the bottom right now, just because I've watched them once, and I've talked to some other coaches that have played them, and it just seems like they're standing out a little bit more than they have in terms of their speed and just their skill and just how clean basketball they seem to play.
Mm-hmm.
The Dean sisters are playing their best ball right now, and they're getting some help from other spots. But the problem is we haven't really seen the top teams play each other just yet, kind of like what we were talking about with the boys. I think that was last week, where we were kind of waiting to see, the week that we just had, to see, how some teams fare against the top. And we'll get to see that. Tootle plays Napavine, I think, on Friday. Mm-hmm. So we'll get to see that a little bit. But I go Napavine, Tootle, Adna right now, but I think they're all so close that it's interchangeable. I wouldn't argue if anybody was 1, anybody was 3 at this point.
All right. Have any of you guys seen all 3 of them play?
I've seen.
I've not seen Tootle.
I have not seen Tootle.
I've seen all 3, but only once, and it was early in the season.
Okay.
Someone clip this and send this to the TDN Rube Tootle praise.
Who's Zach? Who do you have? Adna, Napavine, Tootle. How do you rank those?
I think I kind of want to lean Napavine now, just because of their strength. Like, back to like the committee, like strength of record, saying they actually have a really good, like, they've put together a really good, like, schedule. I mean, at the Linden Christmas tournament, they beat Linden Christian, Snohomish, and then they lose by 30 to Linden, but they don't get into a running clock. And then over the weekend, I think they lose by 20 to White River, something like that. It was like a 20-point some loss. And that's a really good 3A team. So, like, they're battle tested, and I don't know how battle tested Tootle is. And so I kind of want to go Napavine 1, Adna 2, because I think Adna's battle tested, just because they've played Nia Bay and they've played PL. Some 1B teams, but really, like, good 1B teams. Even PL's record doesn't show it, but I still think they're a really good 1B.
Talk about battle tested PL. It's been playing up.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. And then I'd go Tootle, just because I don't think Tootle's played anyone with a pulse yet, and and when they start, it's gonna be on Friday against Napavine.
Dylan, how do you rank Adna, Napavine, Tootle?
I haven't seen Tootle yet, so I'm kind of just going off what you guys are saying. I think I would put Adna 1, Napavine 2, Tootle 3, with the caveat that I haven't seen Tootle. So I'm kind of just going off what you guys are saying.
Okay.
Zach does have a point, though. I think the best team Toodles probably played would be Seton Catholic, and they lost by 10. They did beat Ani by 9, beat Rainier by 9. Black Hills, they beat by 21. Tumwater, they beat by 13. But, yeah, I feel like the jury's still kind of out on, well, really anybody. But I think Napavine definitely has the most proven record.
I think they took WF West to OT, too, if I remember
They
correctly.
did. Yeah. I think Adna's probably played some better teams as well. So, but Tootle, they've won the games that they're supposed to, and they look really impressive doing it. So I'm not afraid to say that they're comfortably in the top 3 of the league right now. I do want to give a shout out as well to Rainier, though. They've gotten a couple of wins that I'm pretty surprised that they've gotten. They beat Shelton on the road by 2 yesterday. Really kept it close with Tootle for quite a while. They beat Black Hills on the road as well. That's a really young team. They're coming along a lot quicker than I thought they would.
All right. Well, you guys are the correct ranking is 1 Adna, 2 Tootle Lake, and 3 Napavine.
Oh, you're looking at the RPI, aren't you?
Because the RPI rankings have never been wrong. They've also got Toledo at number 7, 1 ahead of Napavine.
Sure.
Why? Yeah, sure.
Because those Alaskan
it's
games
Napavine.
didn't
So-
factor in.
Is Adna actually 1 in the RPI?
Adna is number 1 in the RPI
Okay.
now and forever. Cancel the rest of the season.
Take the banner. Let's
Stop
do
the
it.
count.
Yeah,
Hang the banner.
hang the banner. All right, let's move on
It's like
to
that Louisville banner that says number 1 in final AP poll because their title got stripped.
Was that the COVID? Or no, that was the Patino
Yeah, I
year.
don't think we can
Allegedly.
You don't want to
allegedly.
talk about the Patino year? I heard it was less than a minute.
on the
Um,
on the podcast about high school sports. No, I don't want to talk about the Patino thing.
Moving on to the Evergreen 2A Conference, where WF West is off to a 2-0 start in league play. With wins over Tumwater and Black Hills, the Bearcats stepped on the gas pedal in the second half against the T-Birds for a 52-27 win. Zach saw most of that game and then talked to Kyle Karnofsky afterwards. I
Yeah.
didn't know you could just pull a halfie.
I mean, I was there. Ridley took photos of it, and then I popped in for the back end of the first half. What the hell just happened?
Sorry,
Okay.
shoulder checked the fuzzy cover off the mic on accident.
Okay, well,
Sorry,
don't do
continue.
that anymore.
Yeah, very sloppy first half. They were turning the ball over. Tumwater was, I think WFS was up 9 or 10 at one point, and then Tumwater crept into I think like 2 or 3. And then the second half, WFS kind of realized who they were and said enough of this, and they absolutely obliterated. I think they outscored them. I think it was 27-5 in the second half. So this played so much better. And Karnofsky was like, "Yeah, we reminded them who they are and who we are as a program, and we're not going to accept that first half." And they played much better in the second half.
All right. And let's see. Tumwater beat Centralia 46-42, and both of those teams are 1-1 in league, while Black Hills is 0-2. The Wolves have 3 straight road games against the other 3 2A teams ahead of them in the standings. Is it panic time for the Wolves?
They really need some help outside of Buchanan and Venable. They need some girls that can take the ball out of Venable's hand. Because she's having to do a lot. I talked to her. I think this was after the Rainier game, and he was really frustrated that Venable has so much on her shoulders. And granted, she's a very talented player, but they just need some more guard play. They need some more people that can score. That the defense seems to know where the ball is going, and I feel like WF West kind of took advantage of that. It was a 75-27 final. That's a crazy final score. Black Hills I think is kind of spiraling right now. They need some wins, pretty desperately, I would say.
All right. And then Rochester and Tenino are each winless in the Evergreen League, but will meet on Saturday afternoon for the first time this season. Who you guys got? Who's going to have the most wins out of Rochester, Tenino, boys and girls?
Combined?
I'll combine them.
No, just
just
out of
separate.
either of those 4 teams.
I'm gonna say Tenino girls.
I would say that too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They are playing Saturday afternoon for the first time this season. Based on your responses, I'm assuming you're thinking Tenino girls are going to win.
I'm going to take.
Oh.
I don't know. Rochester's like a really scrappy, fun team. I think this one could be close, but I think Tenino wins.
Okay. This podcast brought to you by Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery. Locally owned, family owned, here to stay. They've still got promotional financing available on their entire suite of Synchrony home goods. Did you guys know they have a little AI chatbot on their website that you can ask questions to? I'm not going to use it because I'm deadly against all forms of AI.
Right.
But if you are into AI, go ahead and give that a whirl. See what this chatbot's up to. You know what? Let's ask the chatbot who is going to win. Oh, you gotta enter your name. Let's not.
Let's not do that.
I'm not. Okay.
And just make basketball.
Yeah.
Shout out Sal.
Do you believe in the RPI?
Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery is located at 1530 South Gold Street in Centralia. You can give them a call at 807-1211 or check out all their wares online at elamshf.com. Moving on, we've got a quick community college basketball check-in. Rubes, you went to the Lower Columbia Centralia College doubleheader last week. How was that?
A lot of fun. So I had a news assignment that I was covering that got pushed an hour later on Wednesday, so I didn't get to see the first half of the CC men's game. But Otto was there, and he was telling me the CC men over LCC. LCC is the reigning NWAC champ. He said they were up by like 20 in the first half. They were up by 12 at halftime when I got there, and LCC just came back with force. James Gross, Napavine grad, two-time C2BL MVP.
Mm-hmm. He was pretty good.
Shooting the lights out in that game. Just runners, off one leg, shooting three-pointers off the bounce, like just as good as I've ever seen him play basketball. He had career high 29, just huge clutch shot after huge clutch shot. This one went to double overtime, really crazy ending to the first overtime. CC had a good look to get a game winner, went off the backboard. I believe it was Brewer, number 5, was running in to try to get the offensive rebound. He gets absolutely clobbered as the buzzer goes off, and there's no call made. They review it for like 5 minutes. And they said there's no call. We're going to second overtime. And LCC won. It was 112-107. But, talking to Joe Shearhart, the CC men's coach, he was really impressed with the effort his team gave. Obviously you want to hold on to a 20-point win, but the fact you were able to go, toe-to-toe with a team like, the NWAC champion, he was really impressed by that. And they've never beaten LCC in like 6 years. I think it's 12 straight losses. So they were really close, probably as close as they have been.
I will say it does seem they always play well against LCC, even if they haven't pulled out wins. I remember last year they took them down to the wire as well. I think that's a credit to his coaching job and having those guys and the team as a whole just getting fired up for that game on a consistent basis.
Yeah, Joe's doing a nice job over there.
Yeah.
And then what happened in the women's game?
Yeah, I think it was a really energetic first quarter. Both teams came out on offense really hot, and then second quarter, Centralia College just kind of fell flat, couldn't really get many shots up. They turned the ball over a lot, and Rainier alum Angelica Askey had, I think, 18 in the first half, and so they just kind of ran away with it in the second quarter, and Centralia College never really caught up.
All right, and then Rubes, you also wrote a couple features on James Gross, Askey, and then Brooklyn Swenson from Rainier.
I did, yeah. James Gross, it was the first time I got to talk to him. Watched him, I think, once or twice when I was working at the Nisqually Valley News, and there was some overlap. Napavine playing Rainier, and, always was really impressed by the way he played, and this was by far the best I've seen him play. And we talked a little bit about just, last year he was a starter for only half the season. They lost to SBSEC. Coach wanted to make some changes, so they threw him in the starting lineup, and they never lost again. They won 14 straight to end the year and won the NWAC, and he was a big part of that and been a starter every day this year. He's averaging 10 more points a game. I think he's around 17 last I checked, and shooting really well. All of his numbers across the board are up, and we talked a little bit about how he wants to be a pilot after he goes gets his degree. So
like go to Portland or like fly a plane?
No, fly a plane.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess that's cool
In
too.
Portland or no?
Yeah, he's working toward his private license and eventually wants to go commercial and fly planes. So that was a pretty neat little story. And then on the girls' side, both Angelica Askey, Brooklyn Swenson, a couple Rainier alums got to play as close to home as they have since they were suiting up for the Mountaineers. So really cool story with Swenson. I believe it was ruptured her Achilles in that district title game.
Yeah.
Dylan, you were there, and it's just a really rough way to end her really solid high school career. And she got cleared miraculously to play in September, and she's been playing off the bench for LCC ever since. And it's been a really nice defensive presence. And Askey's been a day one starter. I think she's averaging 16, 17 a game. She had a 30-point game earlier in the year. So, they've been a really solid bunch to watch over the years at Rainier, and it's cool to see them take their game to the next level.
I don't think it's crazy to say that if Swenson hadn't, I think we mentioned this at the time, like her Achilles tear kind of derailed Rainier's.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were the 1 seed. They
Yeah.
just won the district title. Like they were prepped for a run to the state
Yeah.
title game, and
I could
Just
talk about
doesn't-
that for a while. I bet that
sports, man, happens
it
sometimes.
was like you could feel her absence when they played Mapton and Spokane. It was like the exact what they needed in that moment was her. So yeah, she was a pivotal part of those Rainier teams, and I'm excited to see what she does at LCC.
All right, this podcast brought to you by Americool Heating and Cooling, Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business. Full service HVAC installation, services, repair, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee on everything they do. Check out west.americoolonline.com to learn more about everything they bring to the table. And let's see. Do you guys want to do wrestling or do you want to talk RPI? We can't just mention the RPI board and not go through it.
Let's do RPI,
let's
yeah.
do RPI. Yeah.
All right, we're going to start with girls basketball because that's the one I have up.
Nothing gets me back into the flow of work. Like now I'm fired up. Let's do this.
RPI.
Oh yeah, totally.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
do you guys know who the number 1 team in the 2A girls is?
I do not.
Linden,
It is Linden. The
Yep.
team. Who did we just say Linden beat? Tudor Lake?
Napavine.
Napavine.
Oh, Napavine. All right. Well, Linden looks pretty good. WF West is 4th. And the only other, nearby team, Mark Morris, is 12th.
Yeah,
Is
so-
Ellensburg still up there somewhere?
Ellensburg is
They're
13,
13th. Yeah, they're 9-3.
Centralia at 16.
and Tumwater 17.
So that's
Yeah.
Centralia.
Yeah, I still
Are
really
they
want-
already at 10 wins, I think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
they're
10.
10
Yeah.
and 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what they look like against better teams, though, because they really haven't played much of anybody just yet. But
Don't
still,
yuck their yum, Rubes.
to their credit, they're winning games that they should win.
Yeah,
so
they-
shout out to them. They're doing a good job.
Black Hills 23. Clarkston, Deer Park. Top 3 is Linden, Deer Park, and Clarkston.
Deer Park was really good last
Deer
year.
Park was really good last year.
I think-
Clarkston also really
I
good
think
last
Deer
year.
Park knocked out WF West. I
in the
remember
quarters,
quarter.
right?
Yeah.
Deer Park is the home or the alma mater of former longtime Onalaska basketball coach Dennis Bauer.
Oh.
Let's see. In the 1As, girls, Rochester 44, Tenino 45. There's a lot on the line in that matchup coming up this weekend.
Where is South Whidbey 27th.
Nice.
Oh, there they are. All right. Well, let's
out.
I want to see who they played though. Coopville, Eastside Prep, LaConner, Bear Creek, Cedar Park Christian, Lummi, Coopville, Ferndale, Overlake again 2 days later for some reason. Concrete,
Sure.
Why not?
whatever. Let's see.
Nobody
And then
knows what's happening over there.
the 2Bs, Adna 1, Tudor Lake 2, Reardon 3, Brewster 4, Northwest Christian 5, Mount Vernon Christian 6, Toledo 7, Napavine 8, Davenport 9, and Onalaska 10. Mossrock 12, Raymond South Bend 14, MWP 15. How many D4 teams are going this year? 4 or 5?
Four.
4?
Mhm.
So
Banish and I had a pretty about a 10-minute conversation about the 2B rankings, or this was during the holiday tournament. How this RPI looks is pretty much how kind of him and his staff kind of view 2B. Like these top 10 are teams that he feels like are going to be really good by the time we get to February and March.
you showed him this, and he was like, I agree, add to number 1.
He's,
Perfect.
yes.
Yeah, I have no expertise on this at the moment. So, but yeah, Adna, Tudor Lake, Toledo, Napavine, Onalaska, Mossrock.
5.
Yeah, there's 7 D4 teams in the top 16.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not how it's going to shake out, but
it won't, but
yeah.
it's,
All right.
It'll make for a very fun district tournament.
In the 1Bs, Nacelle is 17. Yakima Tribal is number 1. They're 13-0.
Sure. Shout out.
Who have they played? Highland, Sunnyside
I
Christian.
like how we just
Prescott.
immediately go to doubt when we see a team doing well.
It's like,
Press X.
no,
to
I'm
doubt.
just like, I have no concept of who they would be playing. Crosspoint Christian, Liberty Christian.
You could say any school you want. I'm not going to know.
In 1B, yeah.
This is also coming from the same guy who put Adna at the bottom of the girls' rankings, which I'm kind of regretting now that I'm looking at their schedule.
Yeah, this schedule is just made of like general regional specification and then like, some sort of religious denomination afterwards.
It's like loading up a Road to Glory in NCAA 14, and you put like your general like big suburb where you're from, and then it just spits out other like bigger schools, regardless of like where you actually went.
Northwest Valley Presbyterian, of course. Like whatever. Okay, let me see.
PL is 36. Oakville is 40.
Okay, PL got a little work to do there.
Yeah, but look at the opponent's win percentage is for PL. It is 61 or it's .6138. That is one of the highest in all of 1B.
That's what they wanted. That's what they were shooting for.
And that's against teams, if I remember correctly, like they were playing Rainier.
They're playing Rainier, Adna.
Yeah, they're playing some of those
Nia
CTBL
Bay,
teams.
Monty.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they it's that as soon as they pick up some more wins, that little part of the RPI is going to really serve them well.
All right, and in the 2A boys, Ari Long is number 1. They're 11-0.
That
Nice.
does not
Pretty good.
did not surprise me at all.
Anacortes 2, Sela 3, Woodland 5, Tumwater 6, Black Hills 9, and then we get down.
Columbia River 14.
Aberdeen 19,
Oh, Columbia River's lost 4 times already.
WF West 44,
Were there 4
Centralia
losses,
48.
though?
But who?
All right, in the 1As, Zilla is number 1.
That tracks.
Not surprising.
Zilla's always been good.
They
Yeah,
were at
they've-
state last year.
They're at state every year.
That's true.
Linden Christian 2, they're also always good. Annie Wright, they branched out into boys basketball. They're number 3.
South Whitby's 24.
Southwood, are they really?
Yeah.
Are we covering
yeah.
South Whitby now?
Yeah, we kind of,
Can
we
we?
should make a call.
Can we?
Yeah.
Sports editor, make the call.
They've beaten.
Do
pretty,
it.
I'm pretty sure they've beaten the same teams that the girls have beaten.
Don't they just play double headers?
They're 2 games, two spots ahead of Kalama. And then, Montesano's 12th. Okay. And then in the 2Bs, Colfax, number 1. Northwest Christian Colbert, number 2. Liberty Bell, number 3. Colfax, Northwest Christian. I feel like they're in the top 5 every year and have been for the last 20 years.
Yes.
I've
Toledo's
heard Colfax is like they're usually legit, but I've heard even
Yeah, I've
this year
heard they're
it's
loaded.
kind of Colfax versus the field almost.
Well, let's take a look at their schedule.
Who have they beaten?
Doubt.
Yeah. Garfield
If it's not
Police-
South Whitby, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
They beat St. George's 59-24. How the mighty St. George's have fallen.
Ooh.
Yeah. You think, never mind.
St. George's is 4-11 and 35th in the RPI.
They only beat
God.
Central Valley by 1, though.
Yeah, Central Valley. What's Central Valley?
What is
2A,
Central Valley?
3A?
I don't know.
Central Valley-
They beat Riverside. Not Riverview, Riverside. Upper Columbia Academy.
Oh, Central Valley's 3A.
Lakeside 9 Mile. They beat Medical Lake. Yeah, they beat 2A Pullman, legit team. West Valley Spokane, that's a 2A team. Then Ridsville, Liberty, Freeman. Oh, Freeman's coming up. Let's see, they play them. Oh, in 2 hours.
Oh.
Okay, well that'll settle it.
Freeman is 11th in the RPI at 9-2.
Toledo's 4th, although their Alaska game's not factored into this, so this has them at 5-1. Adna 7th, Okanagan 8, and then Ilwaco 12, Napavine 17. So, yeah, that's what it is. And then the 1Bs,
Wakayakum, number 4.
Kayakum. Yep,
Oh.
Tough place to play.
it always
It
has
is
been.
Always.
Willapa Valley 14,
PL
and
34.
PL 34, and where's Oakville?
56.
Jeez.
Georotas
they're
Georotas
actually-
can only do so much.
They're actually 57. Do you think they just gave them that because
Because of
Georotas scored
Georotas.
57 at one time? All right, that has been our in-depth analysis of the RPI board.
That was
And
a,
of
that was a
South
phenomenal
Whitby.
joke. I can't let that go by. That was a phenomenal Geo Rodas 57 joke.
All right. In non-local wrestling, WFS and Centralia had some success at big tournaments over the weekend.
Yes, Benito Escalera, Hunter Vanderhoff, and Lafell Denetclaw. They all, for the Centralia boys, they all won their brackets at the Black Hills tournament. Doba Denetclaw finished second. I was reminded when trying to caption a photo of all four of those how similar the Denetclaw brothers look.
Correct.
And I pulled up one that I took of, I believe, 5 of them, including a younger sibling last year, and I was like, you put each one of them in front of me and ask me which one of their names. It's like the Fay twins and Napavine. I can't tell them apart. But anyways, and then on the girls' side, both Centralia and WFS were at the Braided 64 tournament in Kelso. This is
loaded tournament.
One of the biggest all-girls tournaments in the state, according to both coaches. More than 900 wrestlers from 103 teams, mostly Washington and Oregon, but also a team from New Mexico. The Bearcats finished 10th as a team. Lucy Hornby finished second at 115 pounds. She won 6 matches on her way to the title bout, including 3 over defending state medalists, including a New Mexico state finalist from last year. 8 other Bearcats made day 2, and then, that's right, Eva Reinitz placed 7th in her weight class, winning a few matches to get to day 2, and then ultimately medaling. So, really impressive performances there from Hornby, Reinitz, and all the other Bearcats who were able to even win enough games to get, or matches to get to day 2 is incredible in that tournament. Also, the logistics of that tournament have to be
it's like
insane.
it's like a mini state tournament.
Yeah, it's based. Yeah,
It's a national tournament, damn near.
All right, this podcast brought to you by The Farm Store. It is simple and easy at The Farm Store, where they aim to offer an experience that makes your project simple and easy, where quality meets convenience in a vibrant community setting. You guys ever shop at The Farm Store? Have you guys ever had need to shop at any store with farm in the title?
Not yet.
Well, you should.
there's a breakfast place called Farm 12 in Puyallup that's pretty good. So if it's anything like that, this is awesome.
It's exactly like that. You can go get some Eggs Benedict and also a fence post. Anyway, check out the Farm Store. It's great. They've got all kinds of good. They got a feed sale going on right now. I know you guys. Zach, you got a child.
Dylan also has a child.
2 of you guys have kids.
My child's 80th percentile in weight. I think we're doing okay on feed. But
look, I'm just saying they've got alfalfa hay bales for $13.99. You two go halvesies on that. Don't worry about feeding that kid for a couple weeks.
We totally could. We have to go to the store soon. So
they got it. You could also get a bucket of Purina Avela 4 tubs. Maybe that's like a salt lick.
What?
Zach, you got your kid a salt lick yet?
No. Excuse me?
Look, if you want to toughen young Theo up.
He's pretty tough already. One of the cats scratched him the other day, and he got a scratch on his cheek. We call it we say it's his battle scar.
Yeah, I hope it stays there. It'll make him look sick. Like cool sick, not like ill.
Yeah.
Right.
But if he was ill, the farm store also has some medicine. Anyway,
just give something to my child. My wife's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Horse tranquilizer."
It's ivermectin. It's safe.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, check out the Farm Store, 561 West Main Street in Chehalis. It's right off exit 77. You can't miss it. And speaking of things nobody wanted to miss, Zach, you were awfully excited about some manner of football game, and we have a clip here. I'm not sure what this is.
It's going to be an ad, probably.
It's going to be really loud, probably. Knowing Zach.
The video that goes along with that is clearly like 30 years old, and I was like, oh, that must be the last time the Bears were like relevant.
The first 3 or 4 seconds of that sound eerily similar to the first 3-4 seconds of the Soviet national anthem, and no, I will not be taking questions about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that was.
Right, yeah, Zach, do you want to talk about the Bears coming back?
That was so epic, and I actually was watching it here in the office with Theo, because I don't have Prime. And so I drove here it was either going one of 2 ways. One, I was going to drive, and then on the way back home, I was going to be really happy or I was going to be really depressed. And I was ecstatic. I mean, it's what the Bears have done all season long, fourth quarter comebacks, and to do it against the Packers, who have absolutely owned us for basically my entire life, it was a cathartic experience, and I was screaming out of the top of my lungs when Caleb Williams hit DJ Moore in the fourth quarter, and then we stopped, and then we forced the incompletion on Jordan Love's last pass. It was incredible. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I started texting, Brandon and Schwartz about halftime, like Caleb Williams, born loser, can't win the big one.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
gonna win shit with Caleb Williams out there. And then like Brandon texts me back, like, what do you mean? This didn't age well. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was watching a movie and then I checked the score. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I am not a Packers fan, but I was watching with a Packers fan, and I think the saddest part wasn't that the comeback happened. It's that at halftime, the Packers are up 21-3, and he's like, I already know exactly what's about to happen. The offense is going to come out stale. They're not going to get a first down for like the entire third quarter. The Bears are going to get 2 scores and get right back into it. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And I was like, damn, just...
Also,
That's tough.
Ben Johnson saying "F the Packers" in the postgame locker room just injected into my veins. Because I'm sorry, but like we need rivalries. We need actual hated rivalries in the NFL.
The still of him like sprinting to LaFleur with his hand out and his mouth like wide open, clearly like either he's probably saying like good game or whatever, but just
Whatever.
like the
Yeah.
still makes it look like he's like just screaming and joy.
Absolutely,
And it's like
and
half blurry.
he said in his Ben Johnson talked mad shit at the start of the year because he said in his introductory press conference, he said, I enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. And he got that. He backed it up, and then saying F the Packers in the postgame locker room, it's just I'm so happy he's my head coach. He's a psychotic maniac, and I love it.
Go ahead and tell area listeners. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to hear your Niners Seahawks prediction.
Oh yeah, Niners are winning.
I can see that.
See, I'm not crazy. Who do you trust in the playoffs? Do you trust Brock Purdy, who's had 4 fourth quarter comebacks, or do you trust Sam Darnold?
I trust the team off a bye that's 14-3 that doesn't have.
It's the third round of a divisional game.
I'm watching Sky Moore and Demarcus Robinson. I feel like it's 2019 again. Demarcus Robinson legacy game, but anyways.
I'm sorry. It's like it's the third round of a divisional game. Whatever happened previously, in my opinion, it thrown out the window.
It's fair.
All right, and then Rubes, we actually had a clip. I'm going to see if this plays or not of you.
It isn't mine. But I glanced at
Wait,
it.
hold on. I started.
That the book wasn't yours.
Don't worry.
Mary,
Get out.
what? You just sat there and said that you were happy for me. That
I'm hanging by a thread.
This is
I'm reading
Rubes
Don't
and
Kill
Zach.
Myself books.
you said that the book wasn't yours.
Do you wanna talk about the Oregon game this weekend? I butchered that clip. That was Wedding Crashers.
No.
Okay, I did message Schwartz on, I think Friday. I said, "Do you want to do a wellness check on Rubes?"
I texted Rube on Friday. I said, "What did I text you?"
Did you text him Friday or did you text him Saturday? To be
No,
like,
I
oh, holy shit!
No, I
He
texted,
tried to call me to talk crap to my friend who he's never met.
Oh yeah, no, I was so ready. I was going to talk mad shit. I was about to say enjoy Cancun. I texted Dylan on Friday. It was like 6 o'clock, and it was already well out of reach. And I said, "Rest easy, brother. We have the watch, and we'll see you in Valhalla."
Yours.
Don't worry about the book. It isn't mine. But I glanced at it.
All right. And then, Rube, do you want to talk about the Thurston County Chronicle? What is that? What's going on?
Yeah, I got to go out to my first couple of Thurston Chronicle games. Covered a doubleheader basketball with North Thurston at River Ridge. Really excited to cover the North Thurston girls. That's probably our strongest basketball team in the area, and they looked every bit of it. Really fun, physical game. The crowd was just awesome. It was so much fun to be there, and all the parents are involved, the benches are involved. There's these big celebrations. It just felt like every point was really important, and so I really enjoyed it. And the boys' game was a lot of fun too. River Ridge is a high flying team, and really athletic, really strong, really physical as well. So I kind of knew that going in, having graduated from Timberline, got to see some basketball games. Really enjoyed the level of play up north. So I'm excited to get back to my roots, where I'm from.
All right. What? Anything else you guys want to talk about? What's coming up next for you?
I'll be at Tumwater Black Hills Boys tonight. That game's getting ready to be starting here soon.
Toledo Adna's got a good game on Saturday. The boys will play
At 1 o'clock. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good week of basketball.
And I got Ani Rainier girls would be tomorrow. Get to see them. I covered them in Ani for a non-league game, and so I'll get to see the second one tomorrow.
All right, we're going to wrap it up there. We'll be back next week to talk about, I don't know, probably some more basketball stuff, and hopefully we'll check out the RPI board again.